Let me turn to governance and the way in which decisions are made and the organisation is run. Community Chef is the trading name or the brand. Conscious efforts have been made to create a positive image of Meals on Wheels so as to encourage older people to eat the meal, to enjoy it and to experiment with different meals in order to get a balanced diet and good overall nutrition. To this end, there is a strong and colourful branding and a celebrity chef, as I've mentioned, Gabrielle Gatte, that helps with the promotion of Community Chef. The business is structured as two companies. Regional Kitchen Proprietary Limited owns the land, the building and the plant and equipment. It leases that to Community Chef, which is RFK Proprietary Limited, which produces the meals. Both companies are owned by local government customers and only local governments can be shareholders. It can never be sold off to another range of shareholders. A shareholder agreement and constitution define the operation of both companies, which are governed by two boards appointed by the shareholders. Each board is independent, has independent directors as well as directors that are connected to local government. The boards are small, 6 and 5 respectively, highly qualified, and there is an Audit and Risk Management Committee which is similarly very highly qualified and has an independent chairperson. Each shareholder is also represented on an advisory group which consists of representatives from each of the shareholders and provides strategic advice to the board. The chair, who is appointed by the board, attends board meetings and reports matters raised by the customer shareholders. An operations group shares information about service-related matters and contributes to practical improvements from the kitchen to the recipient's door. A business plan is presented to shareholders in May each year, and the board is required to operate the business within the parameters of that plan. The opportunity for local governments to develop the business to meet their own requirements and needs, and the needs of the meal recipients, is one of the great strengths of this business model. It has worked because of a willingness to work collaboratively and because it has a strong, independent and skills-based board removed from local politics. On the 12th of August, Vaughan Constructions was announced as the winner of the Master Builders Association's Award for Excellence in Construction in the $7.5 to $10 million category. And they were awarded that for the building that you saw, which is Regional Kitchen cum Community Chef. This only tells part of the story. Community Chef is a revolutionary facility and a revolutionary production process. It has been built 1/3 smaller in footprint than an equivalent production facility. Designed by French architect Francois Tasnière, it uses refrigerated cabinets known as Caesars that are on your screen now, travelling on an overhead rail system to ensure a first-in, first-out system that removes the risk of cross-contamination. The overall design, known as 2 Zones 2, is described by French food services magazine Neo Restauration as one of the 5 most important innovations in the kitchen, along with the microwave, ultrasonic washer, induction cooking and disposable packaging. In the 2 Zones 2 design, workers do not cross from low risk to high risk areas or vice versa. The manufacturing process is a just-in-time system where everything flows in one direction. Receivals, which you see on your screen now, check the incoming product. It then goes to fragilisation, where the wrapping is taken off Product is thawed and washed, and thus it is made fragile, which is where that new word comes from. And the product is then placed in the refrigerated Caesars to ensure that it's kept at the appropriate temperature. Transformation uses the recipes to cook and prepare the various components of the meals, which then go to assembly. And in assembly, the ingredients are placed on a moving track into trays where they then are sealed, weighed, put through a metal detector and visually inspected. Every single meal is visually inspected and checked. The meals are then stacked in crates ready for pasteurisation and storage. And in those storage channels, which you see then, their time and temperature is monitored throughout the whole process, and from that storage they are then delivered overnight to the 20 councils. Energy and water use are substantially reduced by having lower ceilings, outside light, reuse of heat, reduced cool storage space, air curtains, water collection and controlled airflow. E-water, which some of you will be familiar with, reduces chemical use, and because of the overhead refrigerated cabinets, employees work in an ambient temperature of 18 to 20 degrees rather than in a temperature of 4 to 10 degrees. The open design and viewing corridor enables visual connection between production and administrative staff and an outside view for all staff. It is a very friendly and pleasant work environment. All staff are trained and have ongoing training with many opportunities to upgrade their skills, improve their qualifications and move into new roles. Currently, there are 54 permanent staff and 16 casuals. A strategic improvement team made up of management and workers from each work area monitor occupational health and safety and oversee continuous improvement. The facility and management plan offers high-quality jobs in a high-quality facility that can advance the careers of all employees. Community Chef is the first HACCP-accredited Meals on Wheels kitchen in Australia, which is the highest standard of accreditation. A unique feature of Community Chef is the pasteurising of the main meals. This locks in taste, texture and nutritional value whilst giving the meals a 30-day shelf life in normal refrigerated conditions. The 30 days enables a more extensive menu, more delivery options and a higher standard of food safety where the meal recipient, if the meal recipient doesn't consume the meal immediately. Looking ahead, Community Chef is capable of more than doubling its production, and in the immediate future we look forward to more local governments taking advantage of the benefits of becoming a shareholder of Community Chef. Over the next 10 years, both companies will be profitable. Part of the profit annually will be used as a social dividend to support other community-based programs, new local government initiatives related to aged care, or research and development. The profits could also reduce the meal price or upgrade the facility or be paid out as a dividend to the shareholders. Community Chef has been built from the bottom up to serve the needs of the meal recipients. That is why there are 6 daily menu choices, the opportunity to choose vegetables separate from the main, 3 levels of texture modified meals and seasonally rotated recipes developed with the meal recipients. But Community Chef has also been developed as a great place to work, where everyone works with a sense of purpose and is committed to providing high-quality, nutritious meals that contribute to the well-being and the independence of older citizens. In order to achieve this, Community Chef places importance on its commercial, environmental and social objectives. We actively contribute to social causes and take enormous pride in our water, energy and chemical reduction methods and our management of waste. Excess meals go to Vic Relief Food Bank or to Second Bite, which some of you will be familiar with, which distribute food to programs for the homeless and other low-income people. We recently catered voluntarily for 3 high school bands visiting Williamstown from the bushfire-affected areas, where music programs have played an important role in young people's recovery from trauma and loss. We are also able to use our purchasing power to extend these broader community benefits. After months of planning, we now purchase all of our pre-cut carrot and brown onions from Karkana, a Wimmera Uniting Care facility in the city of Horsham. The processing facility, which has HACCP accreditation and is independently audited, employs 32 intellectually disabled and long-term unemployed people. Those employees recently made a weekend trip to Altona to see where their produce was converted into meals. A video of the end-to-end process, including the cooking and packaging of the meals, will help inform their employees and their future employees of the very valuable contribution they make to Community Chef. Community Chef has been a remarkable achievement, of which local governments in Victoria should feel rightly proud. It contributes to the progression of Meals on Wheels and positions this wonderful service for the next wave of aged care reforms. If older citizens and people with a disability do not have access to high-quality, culturally relevant meals tailored to their dietary needs, their ability to live independently will be compromised, and the impact of the health system on the health system will be considerable. Community Chef has been built with the future in mind and is ready to help meet the needs of our ageing population. Thank you.